Hello folks, and welcome to the first time that I'm going to be doing Medieval 2 Total War. At least I think so anyways. I don't remember either streaming or playing this game before on the channel. So what Medieval 2 is, well, I've done plenty of Warhammer 2 and Warhammer between Twitch and then as well as on YouTube. Medieval 2 is quite a bit older, but it's definitely one of those games that did a good job of kind of at least furthering the precedent of the Total War games. Definitely was one of my favorites back in the day. So this one was probably my favorite, probably up through Rome 2, once Rome 2 started to get better. Although there's still some certain things I like. I honestly like the medieval setting more than I do the classical setting, at least in most instances. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. We're gonna do a grand campaign. Now, one thing about Medieval 2, you actually unlock the rest of the factions. So all of the factions that have a little like highlight to them are factions that you can unlock, but I believe you have to complete a game first. So we're gonna do no advice, medium difficulty. Yeah, we could probably do that, right? I think that's what we're saying anyways. So English, French, Holy Roman Empire, Spain, and Venice are the options available at the start. Venice is always interesting, at least in dealing with them. I've actually never played them before, but interesting nevertheless. I think I'm gonna go with English. My personal background, I have English and French ancestry. I think I have more French than anything, at least of these two that are available. My main ancestry is like Polish and Norwegian, but we don't have access to those, at least not yet. So I'll go English, and let's go ahead and get started. So English, a lot of focus on like longbowmen is pretty much how we should
With the Norman
hopefully win this.
conquest and a crowned king came the dawning of a new era for England. Nobles ordered the construction of mighty castles to fortify the realm. To rule this land is a birthright, but to control it requires the courage and skill few possess. It is a kingdom beset by enemies. The Scots press at its borders, the Vikings to the north, and the French separated by a mere channel of water. All of the country exists in a state of war, as even the common are called upon for duty. In these times of total war, it rests on the shoulders of those who lead to ensure the kingdom does not fall into ruin.
That's a big ass book. Alright, so my general idea here is I'm going to probably try to edit out most of the end turn times and loading screens if the loading screens are more than maybe a second or two. Even then I may still edit them out, we'll see. So we start with 3 settlements here. The difference between this game and Medieval 2 is you don't have provinces, so it's all settlements. Now there is a difference between each settlement. You have either a castle settlement, which focuses more on production of military units, or you have a city settlement, which focuses more on doing economic. So more than likely, you'll be making more money from cities than you would castles. This castle is actually making a decent amount though, 753. We have another castle down here in France, and then we have our one city in London. So let's go ahead and get started on some of the stuff that we'll need. I think I'm going to focus on trying to do the stuff that helps my money situation here. Also, another thing that's notable, our Catholic religion rating is only 70. You generally want to have that in like the 90s, so otherwise you might start getting heretics and all other stuff. Or, wait, no, so our Catholic is actually 85. The plus 70 that it's referring to, is that the chance to convert? Is that what it is? I think that might be what it is. Admittedly, there's still a few things in this game that I don't quite understand. Like, I know there's a religion conversion bonus with certain buildings that you can build. So, like, this screen right here shows you all the different buildings that you can build. Then you got your recruitment of what you can recruit. Another thing to keep in mind is in this game, you actually need to have a garrison within each of your towns and castles and all that that you've built here, because this is pretty much the garrison. One nice thing is cities, as you build up the militia buildings, provide, actually no, not the militia buildings, it's actually the main building. Because let's see, wooden wall, number of free upkeep units, 3. So what that means, it's not any kind of unit. It has to be one of these militia units. So spear militia, town militia. There's a few different other militia that you'll get as you progress. But what that means is you get 3 of those units that are free. Now you'll notice I have a group of peasants here. You think peasants would be a normal unit that you could get free militia on? No, that's not it. Peasants are actually a castle unit. So the peasants will not get any of that free upkeep. Now, it doesn't have a whole, well, comparatively, it doesn't have a lot of upkeep at 90. It's still a little much more than I necessarily want. So I think what I'm going to do first, I'll just send the peasant up to join the forces up here.
As you wish. We'll make camp here, sire.
Now, one thing you want to keep in mind, you generally don't want to have armies roaming around just randomly like this. Reason for that, they will have a chance of turning against you, which is not a good thing. So this is another difference from, say, Warhammer, is you can actually have the free roaming armies and that sort of thing. It's fine when they're moving between areas, but if you leave them out too long, or even just for a short period of time, they can betray you. So I'm going to move my prince over to join him. Now, even regular units can betray you. Doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen. Now, if you have units within a castle, you don't have to worry about them. They'll be fine. They're not going to betray you or anything. You can still get people who will turn against you, though. So,
Yes, Your Highness.
well, not so much turn against you, but they will
Continuing once I have rested.
random rebels that will show up, either rebels or pirates. They're all part of the rebel faction, so that's why I generally call them rebels. Another thing as well is the units that you have. Oh, this is just a captain out here. Why are you out here? Go back in there. So anyways, another thing is, actually I completely forgot what I was going to say there. Seeing that one guy just standing there just completely flustered me. Okay, so you know what? We're going to build an attack force here. We'll do some mailed knights, we'll do some hobilars. Hobilars are more of a light cavalry, knights obviously knights. Levy spearmen, and that's all we can recruit for this turn. Over at London, actually, you know what? Admiral Nigel, we'll put you here for now. Admiral Giles, we're going to move you over to the London port. I was going to recruit some units here, but we actually don't have that option. So I think I'll go ahead and do this port. It will increase the number of units that we can have, and it will let us recruit some cogs. Cogs are basic naval units. They don't do a whole lot. Oh, that's not how you do it. Right click here. So yeah, they're basic units. Weapon type crude. They have 8 defense, no armor, 1 hit points, and 5 attack. So now this game doesn't let you do actual naval battles or anything like that, so that's maybe a little disappointing, but it still happens. It's still okay. you auto-resolve the naval battles, but, you know, you can still fight the regular battles, so that's the important thing, at least in this game. For our castle here, I think we're going to do dirt roads that will increase our movement range for our units, and it also helps with money, so. As you can see, we already have the roads here. One nice thing is, and I don't think this is available in Warhammer, or at least I haven't really noticed it, is as you do various upgrades to your little settlement area, some of it becomes visible. Most of the stuff is visible inside of the city or castle or whatever, and then like the dirt roads becomes visible on the actual area outside of it. So that's kind of nice. This diplomat, what do we want to do with you? Well, we'll get you moving,
Without question.
but we're not necessarily going to do anything with you. Just yet anyways. At least not until we find someone decent. We have the French. I don't know what to do with them yet. They're probably going to declare war, though. So, this merchant. So, merchants are kind of interesting. You put them onto a particular resource, and in doing that, they receive, you know, pretty much as it says here, trade resource worth 6 florins per turn. So, you'll get 6 florins per turn. If I sent him over here...
Journeying onward.
It's not exactly saying anything. Do I actually have to...
On my way. Opening a new trade
Okay,
lane,
there we
my
go.
liege.
So we're making 5
At your
per turn
service.
with that. They're honestly kind of disappointing, and those trade resources don't really go into helping anything as far as like your trade amount, like, you know, improved roads and trade. When it says that, as far as I know, it doesn't do anything as far as the resources go. The trade is actually generated from like ports, well, for the castle, mostly ports and roads. Here you have the roads, you have the markets, and then, yeah, also the ports. Let's recruit some units over here as well. Peasants, knights, hobilars, and that will be it for this turn. Now, when you're playing this game, you can have the AI control some of the stuff when you don't have a governor, quote unquote, in a city or castle. I'm not a big fan of it. Trade rights, so far they're being all right, so I'll accept it.
Magnifique. A most
Because I think I
worthwhile
want to rather focus up north. Take out the rebels that are up there, and then take out the Scottish. Alright, so a suitable prince. Pretty much what this happens is you get people who want to marry your queen or whatever, or not your queen, your princesses. His piety, his loyalty, chivalry, nothing special. Command is 2. I mean, his loyalty is 6, so that's better than some of the others. Aspiring commander. Sure, why not? It'll get us another general. And then we have this little mission. Take rebel settlements at York. So we'll do locate position of event, and that's the one right up there, which is kind of where we want to go. So let's add some units.
Sire.
Come and join us here. Actually, theoretically, I should be able to move these guys
As you
up
wish. Orders.
and add to them like that,
Joining forces.
and move up just a little bit more.
Yes, sire. We have marched our limit today, sire.
So looking at it, they have 5 groups of units, and I have 9. Would kind of like to have a few more, though. That's kind of pushing it. So let's see. I think the next thing I should probably build is a boyar. They'll let me do peasant archers, and, you know, being English, kind of the thing we want to do. Now, another thing, unlike Warhammer, this game, there's like a gradual replenishment of units that are able to be recruited. So as you can see, I just recruited units, and the other ones are not available. Peasants will be available in a turn. The mailed knights and hobilars will be available in 2. So, not much else that I can do there.
God's servant.
Cardinal, let's move you actually down here. And I'll use you to kind of scout out a little. So Barnaby Wood, you're our new guy that we just got on. And apparently you also got some other trait here as well. Oh, probably because the man's marriage into royalty has given him extra reason to remain loyal to the people he now serves. Well, that's kind of nice.
Your will, sire.
So I think I'm going to send him up to join the castle here. Having them at castles doesn't necessarily do anything, but at the very least I can start to build an army to go along with him as well. As for our guys down here, the only other thing we can do is some peasants, but we can do some cogs too. Before I do that, let's take a look and see what our upkeep looks like. Army upkeep 4308. And then our income, let's see. Oh, we also got wages. What are wages? I'm not entirely sure if that's for the governors or if that's for something else. Needless to say, it doesn't exactly look the best. Because yeah, taxes. So I probably should get these guys going out. Let's see, we have that town there and we have this town here. Problem is, if I move out from here, more than likely they're going to try and do something. The French, because they like to do that. They like to attack when you have a weakened area. So maybe I will just wait and try to do something to help income, which would be probably land clearance. Helps income and growth, so. Rather, I'll consolidate France and hold on to this little place here. Now, the French will move into those locations, which is kind of gonna suck, but we'll make it work.
Greetings. We have a word for you.
Now, the Scottish here are offering trade rights, but I'm really looking to take them out. But there's a bunch of rebels around here too, so let's go ahead and accept it.
Aye, that was a fair deal. Well, that was uneventful. Good day.
Ooh, look at that financial 12. Alright, so we should be able to move on York here.
To battle it is then, sire.
Settlement has enough
Prepare
food to
assault
last
the
2
walls.
turns.
We lay siege.
So I might just maintain the
Siege goes as
siege and we
planned,
might
sire.
just win it through default. So I haven't built anything this turn, which kind of gives you a better sense. So really, as far as everything, as far as our expenses go, it looks like we're only going to lose 17 gold, which isn't bad. London will keep you busy. And let's do some land clearance. Alright, Nottingham. I think we're going to do the same thing. Well, actually, we could do the port as well. Yeah, let's do land clearance first, then we'll do the port. Now, we do have the archers available as well. So we're spending 600. So we're taking out the construction here. We're making like 50 gold per turn, which isn't much. So I think rather I will continue to focus on things that might help, like money. Communal communal farming here might be just one of those things. Although the small chapel would help as well, trying to keep things in order. And another thing as well, having these chapels and all that, and having, you know, high Catholicism, keeps away Inquisitors. The problem with Inquisitors is they will start looking into your figures. And I don't know if necessarily the piety helps with avoiding them or if it's something else entirely. But yeah, the Inquisitors can cause you to... they can pretty much kill your characters, which isn't good.
Where to, sire?
Now, Spy, you are going to come over here because there's also a castle right here.
Tomorrow's journey planned out, sire.
Prince Rufus here, he's going to just sit around. Hopefully, they will just give up and we'll take it without a fight.
Glorious victory is
All right.
ours, sire.
This settlement has
As
fallen
you
to the might of your
commanded,
army.
sire,
Victory
these
is yours,
lands are now
and the fate of the
yours.
settlement lies in your hands. So you can occupy, sack, or exterminate. Exterminate... So I'm not entirely sure, like, what is the benefit of exterminating the populace? I mean, maybe it's something for culture, but I've never really seen it to be that useful. Sacking settlement if you want to make some money. But honestly, I usually go with occupy settlement in this game. There might be more factions out there that might benefit more from sacking. I'm not sure. But occupy is generally my go-to thing. Because in this game, just like in Rome 2, you can't, like, destroy a city or anything like that. So they're going to always be there. Hey, relations improved with the Papal States. I don't know why, but I will not argue. So what can we do here? We have the wooden palisade, the land clearance, and we can convert it into a motte and bailey, which is pretty much the lower level of the castle. We do have some public order issues, but because we have all of our garrison here, we're not having trouble. So let's do the wooden palisade. That is the... So yeah, we're like at the village here. Wooden palisade will start us along this path towards becoming town and all that. So let's do that. I mean, the growth is nice too that we would get from the land clearance, but wooden palisade lets us build other stuff as well, like even just the roads. All right, here's one of those people, Rebel General Brigands.
You are weaker than I, and you know it.
He's got a few people with him. Let's build some knights. Let's build some more archers. And we'll build... Well, we'll just do this for now. I hope he's not going to be much of an issue. Okay, now here's something. The French are right outside my door. They're going to attack pretty much. Because they're a bunch of bastards, damn French. Yeah, whenever you see the AI do this, come right up to your doorstep. And they do this even in Warhammer 2 as well. They're going to attack.
Your Majesty.
What is it?
I don't know if I can do anything. Let's see. Give region, make single payments, make demands. There's not really much that I can do. I can try an alliance. It's actually considered generous. Demanding. What if I give them military access? What? Well, do I try to make an alliance with the French? We won't have military access. I could say accept or we will attack. You know what? Let's offer it. I don't know how well it's going to hold up, but we'll see.
Oui, why not? You have a deal. A most worthwhile meeting, mon ami.
Maybe that will keep them from attacking this castle. Probably not, but we'll find out. Ah, Milan. So Milan are a bunch of bitches. Same as Venice. They will pretty much always betray you. And then they're always sending out merchants to just take over all of your little stuff. That's why I think I'm going to focus on doing spies. Or not spies, assassins. And then just murder all their people. Alright, send emissary from the Council of Nobles to the Holy Roman Empire. So position is there. We have our guy here. Looks like it'll be about 3 turns.
Tomorrow's journey planned out, sire.
Now, where did that one rebel
In
general go?
God's
Oh,
name.
he's still right here.
On my way.
let's build a... Well, let's see. Before I do that, let me take a look. So right now we're making 415 per turn. We can increase that with the ports. London, anything you can do. Communal farming, the mines. Let's do the mines. Yeah, right now, big concern is trying to build up the amount of money that we're making.
Your Majesty. Without question, sire. Your orders, sire. Tomorrow's journey planned out, sire.
Now, of course, this looks really bad, but it's hard to look at and get a good sense of it, because when you're spending money, then yeah, it obviously looks bad. But it's not necessarily as bad as it looks. Alright, dirt roads or land clearance here. Let's do the roads. That's building can. Well, we don't have the money to build anything anyways. Also, one good thing, it looks like doing that... Hey, we got good relations with France. Very nice. Probably Milan will be the ones that come to attack.
Is there something to discuss, mein guter Mann?
Alright, trade rights.
I accept this extortionate deal, but it shames me.
Shame! I don't know how trade rights are extortionate, but... Good news though, we completed this. And we got 2 units of peasant archers at my capital. How nice. Alright, so we have some peasant archers.
Sire.
The spear militia, I should send those up here. Actually, I already have some spear militia here. Oh, so the reason that, if you look at them and you notice, like, this was something that confused me when I first saw this. So, wooden palisade, it has number for units 2. And that generally applies to militia. But you'll notice in this army I have 2 spear militia. So you might be wondering, why are they costing upkeep? Why aren't they free? You actually have to build the place that would let you train them in order to do that. So it's actually the 2nd level of the town watch building. So let's go ahead and build the town watch. I don't really want to go for the peasants. I will wait. I just hope that the rebels over there don't build too much. Alright, so now the council wants me to send my emissary to Milan. Fortunately, they're not too far away.
Sire. Without question, sire.
Coming of age, Henry. He also has a tutor, giving him piety, and 5% bonus on all trade income. Interesting. So he's over at our capital. Probably want to boost him up here. Let's see. So right now, 103? Why is that so low? Oh, possibly because of this? Could be the pirates.
My lord.
Alright, let's get together some guys.
Sire. Orders. Yes, sire. Combining forces, sire. To address me is to court death, knave.
So he has 1 spear militia, 2 things of longbowmen, which are, ooh, that could be a little tough.
Your will, sire.
I have the 1 group of mailed knights.
Orders.
Sire.
It's not exactly good. Alright, meanwhile, we have our spy. Is he going to be successful? Oh dear. Oh no! Run away, spy! I admit, this I kind of miss. Well, so much for our spy. Alright, so I think that's about all I'm going to be able to do for this turn. I am a little, well, let's see. Yeah, I don't really want to recruit too many more units because
You will have to fight us for these waters.
I'm a little concerned about how much I can make. We'll do one for now. And you guys will go join them. Alright, let's see what happens. $85. Ugh.
Ships ready.
Alright, let's try to take out these pirates.
And the grapples and prepare to board.
We have more men, so theoretically. Ships destroyed 3, ships sunk 2, ships remaining 3. Nice. And my admiral got a +1 command at sea. So each of these cogs have 25 units in them. I don't know if that's the number of people who are manning them or what. But you'll notice here it's 17 and 23, so they got a little damaged. So we're gonna have to bring them back to the ports, which is right here. Then you go over to the unit training screen, go to retrain, and you can actually do this, and that will replenish them. Same way with ground units. If you lose any ground units, you just bring them back into the city where they can be recruited, because you need to have the proper buildings to recruit them. Have them, and then you just go and retrain them, and that's all. So I think we're going to end it here for today, so thanks for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, as it always helps out the channel, and also don't forget to check out my Twitch page. It's where I stream. I think my current plan is going to be 2 days a week, Thursday and Friday at 9 p.m. Central. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.